Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've seen some wild things. Injury comebacks, rogue trades, coaching scandals. But let me tell you something right now. What I'm about to reveal is unlike anything you've ever heard. This isn't just a rumor, it's a seismic shift in NFL power dynamics, a deal that could redefine the very fabric of the league, and it's happening right before our eyes. Yes, right now, in this very moment. You're hearing it here first. Something monumental is brewing in Atlanta, and if you think they're just fixing a roster or making a little tweak, think again. This is bigger than careers, bigger than teams. It's a strategic masterstroke with consequences that will ripple through the NFL for years to come. And I guarantee, there's a secret layers beneath that even the most plugged-in insiders haven't uncovered. But if you're serious about understanding what's really happening behind the curtains, you better stay tuned because I've got all the intel, all the whispers, all the angles you need to know, and I'm not holding back. But first, if you want to get the full picture, if you want to be truly inside the core of what's about to explode in Atlanta, you need to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, smash that like. Because what I'm about to drop, no, what I'm about to reveal, will separate the casual fans from the insiders, the spectators from the masterminds. This is the kind of scoop that only a handful of people in the league are even talking about, and I've got the sources, the contacts, the confidence to bring it to you raw and unfiltered. So don't sit back, make that move now. Because if you're not inside the circle when this deal lands, you're going to miss the biggest story of 2026. Now buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you is a saga of intrigue, ambitions, highest-stakes chess moves, and a player whose rise might just be the key to unlocking it all. Let's dive deep into the cold, calculated, secret world of NFL trade rumors, because what's happening in Atlanta right now is nothing short of legendary. The Georgia Dome, once a fortress of homegrown Falcons legends, now teeters on the brink of a new epic, one that involves a name you've heard ringing through NFL circles like a trembling seismic wave: Byron Young. That's right, the same Byron Young who has just begun to carve his name in the league's collective consciousness. A player I've tracked since his Alabama days, now at just 25, quietly transforming from a rotational defender to an absolute game-changer. But what if I told you, what if I could show you, that this isn't just about Young's development? That the Falcons, under new coach Kevin Stefanski, have a master plan to make him the centerpiece of their defensive revolution? That this trade, this move, could be the linchpin of a strategic overhaul of the entire NFC South? Let's start by understanding the player, the man, the talent. Byron Young, his path is anything but ordinary. Coming out of Alabama, a program renowned for producing NFL-ready defensive linemen, he was a third-round pick in 2023, initially selected by the Raiders. But things didn't go smoothly. An injury-plagued rookie year, limited snaps, and ultimately a release before training camp in 2024. The Eagles picked him up in August 2024, but it wasn't until the 2025 season that he finally broke through. Now at 25, with 13 games under his belt and a couple of sacks, a career-high tackle count, and the first signs of dominance emerging, he's on the radar of every NFL executive who's paying attention. But don't be fooled by the surface. Byron Young's true potential lies in his explosiveness, his ability to penetrate interior lines, collapse pockets, and make plays in high-leverage moments. His burst off the ball is unparalleled for a player of his size, 6'3", 292 pounds, and his agility is startling for someone so stout. Watch his film when he fires off the snap, he's disruptive. His hands are quick, violent even. His first career sacks, they came after relentless effort, showing discipline and refined pass rush technique. His tackles, a mix of run-stopping grit and interior pressure. He's raw but promising, with the kind of upside that scouts salivate over, a rare blend of power, agility, and motor. But what about his weaknesses? Well, injuries have stalked his early career. Hamstring issues in 2024, an arm injury in 2025, and a groin tweak that sidelined him for a game or two. These setbacks have limited his rookie production. Only 6 games, 4 tackles, no sacks, yet he's shown resilience. Now, with a full season's worth of experience, his marginal gains are turning into game-turning plays. His explosiveness and high motor have already turned heads. What makes him even more intriguing is that he's still just scratching the surface of his potential. Scouts say he's a developmental project with star upside if he can stay healthy and refine his technique. Now, why would Atlanta target Byron Young? Think about what they need. The Falcons' defense has been an inconsistent mess, battling injuries, scheme fits, and leadership gaps. Their interior defensive line, while talented in flashes, lacks that game-wrecking presence that opposing offenses fear. Young, with his raw power and pass rush ability, could be a perfect fit in their aggressive 3-4 or hybrid schemes. He's a player who can line up inside and collapse the pocket, freeing up linebackers to make plays or forcing quarterbacks to hurry throws. And with Kevin Stefanski's background as an offensive mind, one of the best schemers in the league, the Falcons need to upgrade their interior rush to complement their edge rushers like Max Crosby or a budding star like Arnold Ebukti. What about the scheme fit? Byron Young's style aligns perfectly with Stefanski's emphasis on disruptive interior pressure. His ability to generate interior push can help transform Atlanta's front seven into a feared unit. His athleticism matches the Falcons' push to become more flexible in their front, mixing inside stunts with power moves. Plus, Young's youth and underdog story make him a perfect culture fit. He embodies resilience and untapped potential, exactly what Atlanta needs to shake off their recent stagnation. Now, let's unravel the mechanics of how this might happen. The trade, oh yes, folks, it's coming, will require careful cap gymnastics, clever compensation, and a strategic negotiation. The Falcons, holding a relatively flexible cap space after their recent moves, could target Young as a low-cost, high-upside gamble. The Raiders, in rebuilding mode post-hyper-rebuild 2024, might see Byron Young as a valuable asset, especially if they're looking to stockpile draft picks or create room under the cap with strategic cuts. Imagine this. Atlanta sends a mid-round pick, say, a third or fourth rounder, and perhaps a conditional swap of later-round selections. The Raiders, eager to shake things up after a disappointing season, might jump at the chance to recoup a future pick, while unloading a player who's flashed brilliance but remains inconsistent. Cap-wise, Young's rookie deal was modest, so Atlanta wouldn't have to shed much salary. It's a win-win, especially if the Raiders see him as a developmental piece rather than a long-term cornerstone. Additionally, if Atlanta sweetens the pot with a small bonus or incentives tied to performance, say a bonus for sacks or tackles, they can incentivize Young's best behavior and keep his morale high. Now, who wins? Atlanta's defense gets the shot in the arm it desperately needs, an emerging star with the potential to elevate their entire front. The Raiders get a potential future cornerstone with upside and flexibility. But don't underestimate the ripple effects. This trade could shake up the entire NFC South dynamic. The Panthers and Saints are already watching. Any move that bolsters Atlanta's defense threatens to shift the entire balance of power, especially if Young blossoms faster than anyone expects. Let's do a deep dive into the scheme fit and projections. With Stefanski's offensive background, the Falcons will want a disruptive force inside, someone who can collapse the pocket, disrupt timing, and force rushed throws. Byron Young's burst and hand quickness make him ideal. Comparing him to players like Chris Jones or Dexter Lawrence? Not quite yet, but the traits are there. His ceiling is higher than most third-rounders. Think of the raw potential of a young Aaron Donald, refined through coaching and experience. Worst-case scenario, he develops into a solid rotational player, providing depth and durability. Best case, he becomes a dominant force, a double-digit sack threat, and a defensive centerpiece for years to come. This move also fits perfectly with the Falcons' long-term plan. How? By accumulating young, versatile pieces on defense, players like Young, Atlanta can build around a core that complements their offense's evolution. And with a talented offensive line, a compromised QB situation, more on that in a moment, and the need for a strong, disruptive front, Young might just be the missing piece to propel the Falcons back into playoff contention. Now, I want you to consider the timeline. The NFL offseason is a whirlwind, frenzied, unpredictable, and packed with surprises. If Atlanta is serious about this move, expect whispers to grow louder within the next few weeks. The combine, pro days, and draft rumors will swirl, but behind the scenes, a handshake or a quiet phone call can turn this into reality overnight. The NFL's trade deadline is in March if it's going to happen. That's when we'll see it, maybe even earlier, as Atlanta positions itself aggressively for 2026 and beyond. So, what's my final take? As a scout who's seen years of NFL gambles, this one is a no-brainer. Byron Young's talent, age, and upside line up perfectly with Atlanta's current needs, especially if they want to get back into the playoff picture. The logistics, feasible; the timing, imminent; the benefits, enormous; the risk, minimal. If he stays healthy and continues to develop, this could be one of the most underrated steals of the offseason. But let me leave you with one last thought. This isn't just about Byron Young. It's about the message Atlanta is sending to the league. We're here to compete. We're willing to take risks, to gamble on youth, to build from the trenches up. And such bold moves often define legacies. This trade, if it happens, will be remembered as a turning point, a statement that the Falcons are no longer just a team trying to find its way, but a serious contender in the making. So keep your eyes peeled, because the coming weeks will reveal whether this secret turns into reality or if it remains a bold rumor everyone laughs at. Either way, you heard it here first. This is just the beginning. And trust me, folks, the best is yet to come.